Welcome race fans, here we are tonight, brand new league here that I'll be broadcasting for, Wings and Fenders, running at Phoenix with the DW12 and the old Indy car too, so this should be very interesting here. There's going to be some fast guys and some slower guys, so we're going to see how this is going to work out. All right, coming down to 23 minutes till qualifying. James, what's going on? Got a few viewers here and there. A little under 13 minutes till qualifying begins here, and the guys out here working on their setups right now. I actually ran the fixed setup, and it wasn't too bad. But, of course, I was considerably slower than a couple of the guys up front. But, all in all, not too bad, I didn't think. 1.6 seconds off of the leader, but he's out there with a absolutely amazing setup. He gets just flat-footed all the way around for about 3 or 4 laps. 5.5 minutes till qualifying, folks, so get ready here. Gonna be a quick race. 95 laps is all it is, and boy, these guys are wickedly fast around here. So our leader pushing that 18.8 second lap, so not gonna take long to get around here. 3 laps in a minute, so you can figure how long that's gonna take. "95 laps are going to go very quick." Hey, Stuart, what's up, man? Haven't seen you in a while. Well, these guys should put on a pretty good show out here for you viewers. Quite a few of you in chat. That's cool. Say hello, and hopefully you enjoy the show here. We are about 2.5 minutes out of qualifying, so say hello and get it chatting here, folks. Minute and a half till qualifying. Not a huge field here, but should be pretty good racing by these guys. Got mixed here with the old Indy cars and the new DW12s. Should prove interesting. So the old Indy cars are just a little slower. Wow, nobody chatting it up in chat? Wow. That's like not like you guys. Alright, we're ready here to let's get qualifying underway. Let's see what these guys have got. Not a big field, like I said. Of course, I won't be out there, so that'll leave 7 of them to battle this out. Did anybody pick a winner here tonight? What's everybody think? Anybody got any ideas who might be a good winner? Talk to me there, folks. Talk to me. Is anybody there? We just got people logged into chat and nobody's saying nothing. Wow. All right. Okay, Allus coming in on the top right now. Espity in second. That's probably their first lap, but there we go. Allus with an 18.7. I believe that was his second lap. Espity in now comes down to 18.9. And it looks like everybody from there on back is a little slower. Maybe a couple non-qualifiers toward the back there. Arnold and Levine. This is going to be a quick race here, folks. 95 laps. Whoa. Going to go quick with those kind of speeds, record speeds here at Phoenix. Phoenix under the lights, just what everybody always wanted there in iRacing, man. They always wanted to have a race at Phoenix under the lights, so here it is. Let's see what the track info is out here. 71 degrees Fahrenheit clears. Track temperature 71 degrees. 5 miles an hour wind out of the north. 32% humidity. They will be doing 5 minutes here. 4 laps of qualifying. 55 mile an hour pace speed and 45 mile an hour pit speed. So, interesting. Yeah, I know time zones can get you there, Zuper. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Well, I'm going to say it's probably safe to say that everybody that is going to qualify has qualified. I don't know, but maybe people might have left the server. I don't know. Anyhow, we're going to get down here to the grid and see where everybody is. Okay. Allus on the pole with an 18.795. Congratulations to him for taking the pole position. The heck, he just disappeared out of his car. That's weird. Okay, Austin Espity in second. Samuel Pedro third. Pat Copley in fourth. And haven't seen Louis Van in fifth yet, but he is there he is, taking up the fifth spot. And I am not too sure, but maybe these other guys might have bailed on him. Arnold disconnected. Levine did not disconnect. Alright. Well, maybe he's going to watch. I don't know. But anyhow, we'll get up here to our pole sitter as they get ready here to roll off the grid. Like I said, not a huge field here. It looks like we've only got about 5 cars in it. Maybe 6, not sure, but 5 is going to be on the grid. Let's see what they got. Going to be a quickie race here, folks, 95 laps. If you're just joining us for the first time, make sure you hit that follow button under the screen there and follow us. Tomorrow night we have GAC on YouTube. That will be broadcast in 1080p HD, 60. We do 60 frames a second in HD. Okay, lights off and ready to go here, folks. Dustin Allus bringing them to the line in that kind of fancy looking paint job there, I'm telling you. That thing's hard on the eyes. Alright, green is out. Okay, there it is. Alright, good job by Dustin. Getting right out there to a commanding lead, and I was talking to him before the race, and he said that they do, his setup does kind of fall off, not real quickly, but when it falls off, well, you got to really lift off that throttle. And what happened to Lewis? Lewis way back and falling quickly. Let's go back and see what happened to him, man. Maybe just kind of taking his time right now, but wow, he's back here already almost 5 seconds behind the leader. Austin right there in second place, and he's being closely pursued by Samuel Pedro. Already 1.1 seconds behind our leader, but they're staying right with them. Pedro trying everything he can to stay right with them guys. Pretty wild, huh? Austin now 9/10 of a second behind Allus. Already 5 laps complete, folks, and working on number 6 here, coming to the line. Completes lap number 6. I'm probably running a little bit too high a bit rate for it. Yeah, probably running too much bit rate for Twitch. It's probably your internet there, Kyle. Because I'm watching it and it looks good. It don't look choppy to me. And I've got the stream running, the broadcast running, and Twitch running. It looks good. I might be just pushing a bit too much bit rate for you. I'm not sure. Well, I'll tell you what, Austin has reeled up old Dustin there, and he's now 0.2 of a second, but he does tap the wall. Oh, and he goes below the line. That's going to get him a penalty. And he is going to have to come down pit road to serve that penalty. That's the bad thing about that. Probably should have had open dog leg here. That would have been really cool. But that puts Samuel Pedro into second. And he's running 3 seconds behind Dustin. Pat Copley in third, 18 seconds back, just kind of taking his time. Lewis Van, oh, looks like Lewis, let's go back and see what happened to Lewis. Oh, a little bit of net code there. Just took the air. Boy, it just kicked that back in right out on him. I mean, look at the net code there, folks.
Hey, Rudy. As the, what's his name was coming by me, the arrow sucked me around.
Oh, is that what it was? It looked like, I thought it was net code there. But, man, unbelievable. So, any resets? I don't have him on, no, I thought he was in the channel with me.
Yeah.
My bad. Well, that brings out the first caution of the day. Well, let's get back up here live. It looks like our leader coming down pit road. Lewis Van sitting on pit road trying to get that damage fixed up. And everybody on pit road. Alright, Dustin is away. 4-tire change, topping off the fuel. 7.9 seconds on pit road, folks. Fast pit time. $14 laps about to be in the book, so clicking them off pretty quick. Yeah, there's quite a bit of action there for 5 cars. I figured it was going to be, you know, these DW cars, and man, I'll tell you, they can really get around this place, and it's going to make for some interesting racing. Lewis Van looks like still sitting on pit road trying to get damage fixed up. Austin Espity has left the server for whatever reason. So we're only down to 4 cars, and only 3 of them on the track. Lewis with damage sitting on pit road trying to get that fixed up. So a 3-car battle right up front here. And we're about to go green here in just a couple more laps.
Yep, really quick repairs will have me back on the track very shortly. 15 seconds of tow left.
Four laps down to Lewis here as he comes off pit road behind him, and he's got his work cut out for him, folks. Lights off on the pace car, ready to go back green. Pace car's in. Dustin hits the throttle. I would have said loud pedal, but these cars aren't that loud, so. Pedro right there in second. Oh, we got one into the wall. Copley into the wall. No caution. I think somebody might be just a little ticked off about that deal. He just can't get that thing back going, folks. Oh, and he brings the caution out by coming out front of the leaders. Not good. So caution out again here, folks. Copley pops that thing up onto the track right in front of the leaders. If he'd have just waited till they went by, the caution wouldn't have come out. But I suppose that was probably a good thing on his part. But that's still going to put him a couple of laps down as he gets that thing back going, and it looks like he is heading for pit road, folks. Got a lot of damage on that. More damage than I thought he was going to have, but alright, he's limping it down pit road. Hollis out front has led all the laps, all 18 laps so far, and he's coming down pit road right now. Him and Pedro both coming down pit road. This will probably be a quick pit stop and go. I would definitely want 4 tires if it was me, man. Oh, fuel only for Hollis and out of there. Pedro coming out second. Okay, 20 laps in the books, folks. Working on lap 21. Waiting on the lights to go off on the pace car, and we'll get this thing back underway. Okay, lights off on the pace car, and we line them up, ready to go back racing. Only 4 of them left in there, but been pretty good racing so far. Okay, waiting for the pace car to dive onto pit road, and we're going to get this thing going. Pace car's in. Dustin hits the gas. Green, green, green. Side by side right there. Copley inside of Samuel Pedro. That is for second. Going through the dog leg, he does fall back in behind Pedro. Pedro gets a good run on that backstretch. Now already 1.2 seconds behind our leader, and he took 4 fresh tires, and Dustin did not. They only had a couple laps on them tires, but alright, Copley back here trying to catch up to them guys. Lewis Van in 4th. Pedro still in second, 2.1, 2.2 seconds back, and losing a lot of time to the leader right now, Dustin Olive. He's out there on a rail for sure, man, just laying it out, all out there, trying to get out as far as he can away from those guys. .9 seconds back. Copley in 3rd. It's about a lap down to the leader. And Lewis Van in 4th, and he's running about 3 laps down to the leader. Pedro up here, he is now 4.6 seconds behind our leader. He's going to be coming up on Copley here pretty quick. Copley now goes back two laps down. Excuse me. Well, all tongue-tied here. I'm just not used to doing these Indy cars that much, but Phoenix, and it's everything is happening so fast here, it's hard for me to keep up with everything. 5.4 seconds back. Holy moly, talk about splitting the cones up. Copley taking out all the cones in the tri-oval in the dog leg. Now he's right in front of Pedro. How is Pedro going to get by him? Copley holding him up, boy, big time. Pedro's got to find a way to get by Copley. And do it safely, too. And it looks like he may have done it. Yes, he did.
I gotta slow down, Rudy.
Louis Van saying he's got to slow down. Caution is out on the track again, folks. Oh, first spin. Samuel Pedro hard into the wall. No, that's not good. Our second place guy. So now we're going to have the second, third, and fourth place guy going to have a lot of damage on them cars. Wow. Oh, and he's not going to be able to drive that thing, man. He is going to wind up having to tow. That's right. He's going to have to tow. So Dustin, all let's get back up here live. And our leader's coming down pit road 2. "45 miles an hour down pit road, man. That's a eternity for some of these drivers." Well, not too many laps left to go, folks. Clicking them off, like I said, pretty quick. I didn't think it would take too awful long to, finish this. 95 laps goes really quick here when they're getting almost 3 laps. Well, they are getting about 3 laps a minute. Pedro's still sitting on pit road with an awful lot of damage. It looks like they've got that pretty much fixed up after he towed, and is going to be coming back out. It looks like he's going to come out in 3rd place. He'll be coming out in 3rd place, actually between Pat Copley and Louis Van. Alright, waiting on the lights to go off on the pace car. Dustin, the only one on the lead lap right now. Is the 3 behind him are 2 or more laps down. Copley, 2nd place, 2 laps down. Pedro, 3rd, 3 laps down. And Louis Van, 4th, 4 laps down. Okay, we're going back green this time, folks. Pace car heads down pit road. And Dustin waiting to hit the throttle. Green, green, green. Copley in second place. Kind of started back behind Lewis Van, but it's the way they had come out of the pit. He is now in second place. Pedro in third ahead of him. And Lewis Van fourth, taking up the tail end of the field here. But all of us out here on the rail has led every lap so far tonight, folks. And we're creeping up on the halfway mark. About lap 47 and a half will be the halfway mark. Hey Michael, how you doing? Hope you guys are enjoying the show here tonight. How's it look? How's the cast look? Look alright? I don't do a whole lot on Twitch anymore, so it's kind of hard for me to judge what it looks like. It looks good on my computer here. I'm watching the stream and it looks absolutely beautiful, but does it look okay to all you folks out there? Good, good. Yeah, I don't do a whole lot on Twitch anymore. I did dogs today, and then Lewis Van asked me to start broadcasting for him on Sunday evenings here, and well, he's trying to build the league up, and being being televised is definitely going to help it. It has in every league that I've ever known. When people know that they're going to be on TV, man, they're all over it about getting in there. Now, this was open to the public and didn't get a whole lot of takers. I think there started out to be about 8 folks in there, and a few of them come in and ran some practice laps and left. One of them qualified and never even showed up on the grid, so yes, it will. 7 days a week. Saturdays right now, well, the last 2 weeks I've had 3 right in a row on Saturdays. Copley in second place, and he's a couple laps down. Pedro in third place, and now he's trying to run down Copley to get back by him. He was the latest one to bring out the caution. And Lewis Van back here in fourth, just kind of cruising right now, not really trying to win or anything. Just trying to cruise around here and run well. And our leader just drives on by him. And it looks like he's coming up on Copley now. How's he going to deal with Copley? Goes high and around him. Copley gives him plenty of room up on that high side. Always choose the wrong camera. You can see Copley right behind him, but Copley just goes another lap down, 3 laps down now in second. Dustin Allis has been out front all 53 laps led, 54 make that. go back through the grid here one more time. Copley in second, and guess who just joined him? Pedro, and those two on the same lap, and Pedro's about to find a way to get by Copley, and that would be for the second place. Oh, he gets into the back of him and has to check up. No damage, I don't believe. I didn't see any anyhow. And now he's going to have to redo the whole thing again here, try to get caught back up to Copley again. Copley kind of racing him a little bit dirty right now. Copley just kind of like not really smooth into the turns. Oh, and that's going to bring out a caution probably. I seen Louis Van go into the wall. Yes, it does. It brings out the caution. He spins around right in front of the leader. So let's go check this out. He just
went around me in the middle of the turn. I'm coming in to fix it up.
And hits a wall. And that was right in front, not far in front of the leader. You'll see the leader go by here in just a second.
Yeah, the apron is bad. I'm gonna come up a line on it for. Oh, sorry, Rudy, I hit the wrong button.
Yeah, here comes our leader right now. Lewis has to pretty much stop right there, or he would have hit the leader probably. So, okay, so back underway here. These guys, looks like he is...
yeah, what I was saying to the guys in T-Speak is I'm going to come up a line so I don't have any apron problems.
Okay, leaders on pit road. Pedro does take that second place away from Copley. And we're looking at about 33 laps to go, folks. Okay, waiting on the flashing lights to go off on the pace car and get this thing back underway. Well, those of you that are road racers, I don't know, you probably don't like this oval too much, do you? You know, this would be pretty wild. This is exhilarating. This gets the old heart rushing right here, folks, I'm telling you. Yeah, that would have been really cool, yeah. Yeah, if you'd have just, you know, kept waving everybody around and get everybody back on the lead lap, and that would have been awesome. Well, Pedro does get the wave by, so that will put him 2 laps down, but still in second place, or back in second place, I should say. You know, I don't mind Phoenix too much in certain cars. Trucks, I do not like this track with the trucks. It's just like driving on grease out there. I don't know. That's just my opinion. The track is definitely different than any other track in iRacing. You know, it's with that dog leg back there. It just makes it almost makes it like
Yeah, Pat had to head off.
Three different turns.
Three of us now.
Oh, Pat had to leave. Okay, pace car's in. Dustin out of there. Louis Van is in third, but Pedro looking for a way to get around him and makes it pretty easy. Now Louis Van has a chance here in the next couple laps. He can get back. He can get by Pat Copley and take up the third position, as Copley had to leave and has left. So Pedro now trying to get around, maybe in position here. With only three of them on here, gosh, I wouldn't think there'd be too many cautions, would you? Not too many people in chat there. Stuart Redmond, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you, man. That's haven't seen you in a while. I said hello to you there earlier, but apparently you weren't paying attention or whatever. But okay, Pedro in second, waiting for yes, Louis Van does roll into third as he gets by Copley, because Copley had to leave. So just the three of them left out on the track right now. Dustin Olives in the top spot. And he's just been on a rail here, and he has led all of the laps so far, 70 laps so far. Pedro's been pretty strong. He's in second. Did slip up a little bit there and hit the wall, and the GoPro car was pretty tore up. It had to go on pit road. He's got himself a couple laps down, and now he's just trying to hang on to second place. Finish the race in second. All he can do is maybe hope that Dustin makes a big mistake out front, gets wrecked out or something like that, and that puts him all back on the lead lap again. Who knows? We'll have to see. See the leader coming up on Louis Van back there, not that far behind Louis. Boy, and he's reeling him in pretty fast. Look how fast he closed up on his tail. And he goes right on by. Putting Louis 7 laps down now. In third place, though. That's the whole thing. It just, you know, it's where you're at on the track, third place. Looks like Pedro on pit road. Okay, I didn't see if anything happened to him. It must have, so let's go. I wonder if we can go back here and see if we can figure out. Yes, sir. Looks like he did hit something. Let's go back here nice and easy, and we'll see if we can figure out what happened to him. Lots of flipping and banging here. I don't know. Looks like he may have just gotten caught coming out of turn 4. Somebody said there in chat earlier, death off of turn 4, and boy, they weren't kidding. Look at the air time he got. And by the looks of it, it looks like it's just, well, it was a self-spin, obviously, but as these guys are continuing on, we're going to watch this thing. He just gets really loose right there and hits that inside, well, the inside pit wall, I should say. And he does a lot of flipping and flopping around. And I would guess and say he probably did have to tow. And being as he did have to tow, that's going to probably really hurt him. He is back off of pit road now. So let's get back up here live. He's got it fixed up somewhat. Might be struggling with it just a little bit, but still in second place. And he does it again. The same exact place, folks. The same exact place. Look at this. The same place coming off of turn 4. And I don't know if he looks like he just takes it down there too far and hits the wall in the same exact place. Almost identical wreck. Wow. And he's back on pit road again just that fast. So that puts Louis Van in second now. So Louis not having too bad of a run comparably. He just needs to take it easy. Yeah, he NASCAR'd it all right. 2 times in the same identical place, man, right off of turn 4. But like I said, somebody said in chat earlier there that it's death off of turn 4, and man, they weren't kidding. That usually is about anything, you know. If you don't hit that line just right coming off of turn 4 on this track, I don't care what you're driving, it's not going to be good. Well, Dustin coming up behind him here to put him another lap down. Now Pedro back out on the track. He's got that thing reset again. Let's see if he can do it again. I think he's going to start being just a little bit more careful now. He is in third. He's 10 laps down. Really got nothing to nothing to advance to really, because Louis Van is only 8 laps down, so he's got a long ways to go to catch Louis and get by him and then go for the lead. It ain't going to happen. But Dustin has just been on a rail today, folks. On a rail. We're going to get down here in just a minute and talk to all the drivers, so just hang loose here. As soon as this race is over, we're going to talk to them and see how the race went for them. Dustin probably going to be jumping up and down for joy here at his victory, as we all would be. We'd all be jumping up in our seats for a victory here tonight. Especially as tough as Phoenix can be, and he's just been so dominant out here. And it looks like he's just kind of cruising around here right now like he's on a Sunday cruise. 5 laps to go, folks. Looks like he's coming up on Pedro now to put Pedro another lap down. He's going to be crossing the line here, making it 3 to go. Okay, he did get by Pedro, but boy, I don't know, that was weird. Like one of them lag switches or something. Laps to go, folks. Louis Van in second. Samuel Pedro third. But up in the lead, Dustin Allis has been up here for the whole race. One more lap to go, folks. One more lap. White flag is in the air. White flag in the air for Dustin Allis, and he is going to bring it out of turn 4 here, looking at the finish line, and brings it to the victory here tonight at Phoenix. Congratulations to Dustin Allis. All right, we will try to get down here and get a word in with him. Looks like Pedro and him are going to be palling it up here, coming to the stripe and the finish line. So, yeah, we'll give them both a little shot in the camera there. How's that? But Dustin Allis winning it here tonight in that psychedelic DW12. Okay, well, let's get up here and talk to him.
Thankfully.
Hey, Dustin.
Howdy.
Hey, congrats on your win here tonight, brother. Man, oh man, you just dominated tonight, led the whole race. Talk about some of the trials and tribulations you had to go through out there. You had to go by a lot of lap cars. Talk about some of that.
Yeah, it was just interesting, this weather here tonight. There's a lot of wind changes that just kept throwing the cars around, especially going around the Lewis at least once. I know he got the bad end of the deal, and it just, all the air threw him around. But tires, everything overheating.
So it was
just a wild affair.
Yeah, but your car seemed to be hooked up and on a rail tonight. Man, I'm telling you what. You know, you bring that psychedelic number 44 across victory, across the line for a victory here tonight at Phoenix. How does that make you feel?
It's great. Starting off the season with a nice little win.
Heck yeah. Well, hopefully this does make the league grow a little bit more. You know, it usually always does. Once you get it out there and you can start sharing that link to, people that show them, hey, this is what we ran, and that'll start getting the name out there, and then I was really kind of surprised that it was an open room in the hosted section and nobody joined, or hardly anybody joined. There was a few people that joined and then they left after practice, so kind of weird, but maybe it just wasn't their cup of tea. Open setups or not, I used the fixed setup and I was pretty happy with it. Didn't seem to be too bad. I mean, it might not have been a winner, but tonight I would have probably been in the top 3, But great race out there, Dustin. Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
I just thanks the guys at Fast Eddie Racing for help with all the setups and helping teach me how to do all this.
Very cool. Very cool. All right, San Pedro, you got a copy. No sound.
Yeah, I got you.
There we go.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Talk about your racing out there. We watched you 2 times coming off of turn 4 in the same exact place. You hit the wall. What was going on there? Was it the wind that was upsetting that car, Sam?
Yeah, it had to be with the wind and the temperature dropping as the race went on. I wasn't prepared for it. As soon as I was coming off turn 4, she just turned left real hard and right into the wall.
Well, the one time there I seen you and Pat Copley kind of getting pretty close, and he just was not going to give you that line to get by, but you managed to somehow sneak by on the outside and get by him. What was you thinking there when you were behind him? Did you think, what's he doing, trying to block me? He's many laps down.
Well, at first he was a few laps down, but the second time I came up on him, I didn't even notice, but he was actually leading ahead of me, and he was definitely slower, but I didn't want to really risk it. I knew it was a long race. I was already a couple laps down, so there was no reason to try to push it and force it to get around him.
Right. Well, what did you think of the DW12 on Phoenix here tonight? What did you think for 95 laps?
It wasn't too bad. It's a good setup for it that I got from Lewis. seems to run pretty fast. Fuel management had to do a lot with it.
Did it have a shortened fuel load or something?
Yeah, we were at 50% load on the
Oh.
fuel, so I was running into some fuel issues near the end, but didn't have to worry about that because I hit the inside wall.
Well, that could have come into play on how that car was handling too. You know, the cars are usually set up for a full tank of fuel, and when you're only running 50%, it makes the back end just a tick lighter, you know. So, but you ran a good race. You were down there to third once, and you fought back and passed up Lewis there for second. And then I think you got caught up again, didn't you? Let's see.
Yeah, it was just towards the end. You can't hit the wall on the inside twice and not get a yellow to come out. You're just going to go way down.
That's for sure. Well, great job out there. Anyhow, Samuel, are you going to be back next week for another one?
I think we're racing road courses. I will not be here for that.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, well...
I'm an oval man.
Yeah, I agree. Me too. All right, well, congrats on second place. Or, no, I'm sorry, third. Excuse me. Lewis, you got a copy?
Sure do.
All right, well, Lewis, you come in second tonight. Did you think there at the beginning of the race that you was going to get a second place tonight? Looked like you were going to finish fourth.
I had no idea where I was going to finish. At the end of the day, I'm running out there in my own class by myself. Overall position doesn't matter so much, so I just went out there, had a bit of fun. Well, that's pretty much it. Just went out there and enjoyed myself.
Mm-hmm. Well, you were running the old Indy car, weren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Well, how did it feel out there on it? Because I know, like you said, you were a little bit slower than the DW12s, but how did it feel on the track? Did it seem to be upset by the wind too much?
Unlike the other cars, this car was actually fairly